First segment of local news that matters. Lithia Subaru of Fresno. Subaru. Confidence in motion. KSEE 24 News begins with your forecast first from your local weather authority.
Highs in the hundreds today, and we're still getting warmer day by day all the way through the weekend. Some super hot temperatures to come right now. 2 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. That has Fresno at 87, 84 Visalia, 75 in Madera, and 87 in Hanford. So more triple digits to come. And the numbers do keep climbing here with sunny skies all the way through our weekend. We still get even warmer than this on Monday in your local weather authority forecast. KSEE 24 News at 11 starts now.
Local news that matters. This is KSEE 24 News at 11.
Auto theft is very dangerous, and that's why anytime we go to pull over a stolen occupied vehicle, we call it a very high-risk felony vehicle stop.
A suspected car thief chased down by undercover deputies as mysterious gunshots ring out during the pursuit. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alexandre Balakian.
And I'm Stephanie Barugian. A bicyclist is dead tonight after being struck by an SUV in northwest Fresno. Police say it happened at the intersection of Shaw and Hayes just before 9 o'clock. The victim identified only as a man in his late 20s to early 30s.
The driver of the vehicle did stop. They were cooperative. A little shooken up, obviously, under the circumstances. At this point in time, it doesn't appear that alcohol is a factor. But we still have some work to do on the investigation.
And police say Shaw and Hayes will likely be shut down for the next few hours as that crash is investigated.
Well, tonight on Capitol Hill, a historic gun reform bill passing through the Senate weeks after a wave of mass shootings.
The yeas are 65, the nays are 33. The motion to concur with an amendment is agreed to.
All 50 Democrats and 15 Republicans, including Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, voted to send the bill to the House. Now, the measure will offer grants to states with so-called red flag laws and crisis prevention programs. It also will call for enhanced background checks for those 18 to 21 and seeks to close that so-called boyfriend loophole by keeping guns away from non-spouse dating partners convicted of abuse. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi vowing to take the bill up swiftly in the House. And tonight's vote comes after the Supreme Court issued a decision to expand the right to carry arms in public. Justices striking down a New York law that required people to prove their need for carrying a weapon in order to get a permit.
Now back to our top story. Some new details emerging about a Southwest Fresno shooting and car theft investigation. Sheriff's deputies say they have one suspect in custody who led deputies in an unmarked car on a pursuit. Our Catherine Phillips is outside the Fresno County Jail tonight with more on the man police say has a lengthy criminal history.
Back in 2015, the suspect was sentenced to prison over a car theft related to a murder investigation. Now, during today's incident, the sheriff's office says no one got hurt, but they want to make clear that that's not always the case. Around 4 o'clock Thursday afternoon, Fresno County Sheriff spokesperson Tony Body says officers with the heat help eliminate auto theft task force spotted a car they knew to be stolen. When the suspect, now identified as 32-year-old Fabian Manzanales, started driving off, Body says the officers followed.
They started following it for a couple of minutes. The suspect noticed that he was being followed, so he started to drive a little bit more erratically. He got into an alleyway back there, and there's a lot of dust that he was able to kick up. It was during that time that one of our deputies heard shots fired.
Body says deputies are unsure if it was the suspect or someone else who fired the gun, but no deputies were injured.
We're being told by a homeowner in this area that they do have some bullet holes in their house. It's a matter of figuring out, are those fresh bullet holes or are those from another time?
The suspect got out of the car and was taken into custody. Deputies say it's unclear what exactly the suspect will be charged with, as he says he never technically led police on a pursuit, and it's still unclear if he was involved in the shooting. Body later confirming Manzanales was tried for murder in 2015 over the death of a Kerman farmer. He wasn't convicted of murder, but was sentenced in a car theft relating to the case.
Auto theft is very dangerous, and that's why anytime we go to pull over a stolen occupied vehicle, we call it a very high-risk felony vehicle stop. And it's for situations that we've seen here today and things that we've seen in the past.
Deputies also say at one point a fire was started inside the stolen car, but it was quickly put out. Reporting in Fresno, Catherine Phillips, KSEE 24, local news that matters.
The Fresno City Council approving a controversial proposal to raise their own salaries by nearly 70% today. The contentious pay raise, which would go into effect January of 2023 for those council members serving a new term, passing today with that 5-2 vote. Those in favor citing council members' long hours and lack of a pension fund.
It is a 14-hour workday that requires you to stop contributing to your own retirement and puts you at significant harm. Our firefighters are the highest paid in the valley. Our police officers are the highest paid in the valley. Our city manager's compensation was $475,000. Our former police chief, $347,000. And that's because they get to pull down not just a pension, but retire once, retire twice, retire 3 times, and continue to generate money.
Meantime, council members Esmeralda Soria and Gary Bredefeld casting the 2 no votes today.
They are basically taking money off the taxpayers' table and out of their pockets and putting it right in their own pockets. People work hard. They can't put food on the table. They have to buy gas. And these guys are giving themselves $55,000. I mean, these are guys who are out of touch.
Mayor Jerry Dyer has hinted that he plans to veto these raises, but the council can override that veto with another 5-2 vote. Salaries would increase in January from $80,000 a year to $135,000.
Parlier Police now implementing body cameras. Our Juanita Adame with more on the department's efforts to strengthen trust with the community.
Officers here with the Parlier Police Department will now have an extra bit of security, both for them and the community they serve. It is about transparency and accountability.
We launched our body-worn camera program, and it's something we had been working on over the last 8 months.
These are 2 of the main reasons that Parlier Police Chief David Serta said his department needed body-worn cameras.
We think it's going to enhance our ability, to work with the community, the interactions between police and community. And so there's layers of protection for the public and for police officers.
The project has been in the works for nearly 8 months, and the cameras have been in use for about 2 weeks.
And it's taken some time, of course, because there's a high demand. A lot of agencies throughout the nation and California are implementing video policing.
Sergeant Dan Barcelos has been with the department since 2016.
I think they're great. Holds everybody accountable. We have a lot of frivolous complaints that come in that the officers were rude. It's hard for us because we weren't there at the time.
Barcelos said the cameras have taken some getting used to.
It's just like second nature. When you get it, you hit your button twice, activate the camera, and if you do that on every single thing, then you don't forget.
But in all, it's been a decision the entire department believes is taking them in the right direction to building trust with the community they serve.
Our policy dictates that any time they respond to a call for service, so anytime they're handling self-initiated type activities, so vehicle stops, subject checks where the officer initiates contact.
The department currently has 18 police officers, and they will all be wearing body cameras while on their shift. Reporting here in Parlier, Juanita Adame, KSEE 24, local news that matters.
New concerns tonight for residents living at the embattled Trails Inn mobile home park in North Fresno. They believe a number of proposed regulations could harm the quality of their life as the new ownership group is set to take over. Harmony Communities, the company set to step in for the trailer park later this year after a judge ruled they could purchase the neglected park. It is proposing regulations related to parking, pets, and how many people can live inside the home and many other areas. Residents did meet with representatives of the California receivership to discuss the coming regulations, but many were frustrated with a lack of response to their questions.
It was a waste of time because there was no one who wrote those rules that is going to be enforced that was here. So the Harmony, the company that's buying it, was not here.
The receivership says the proposed regulations are not set in stone and future meetings are being planned. Any new rules would not go into effect until Harmony Communities take over ownership in 6 months.
Still to come on KSEE 24 News at 11, the January 6th committee hearings focusing today on the DOJ.
He became more adamant that we weren't doing our job. We need to step up and do our job. And he had this arsenal of allegations that he wanted to rely on.
The pressure put on the Department of Justice by the former president to overturn the 2020 election.
And art celebrating art, a unique pop-up show inspired by the work of movie maker Quentin Tarantino.
So, a hot day today, even warmer as we head through the weekend. It's all next in your local weather authority forecast. First, your allergy forecast from the Boz Allergy, Asthma, and Sinus Center.
I'm waking up my day, so let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on, keep the morning moving right along. Yeah, I'm waking up my day, you make it feel alright. I'm waking up my day, waking up my day. Don't you know I'm ready for whatever comes my way? I'm waking up my day.
Get to Subaru of Fresno, where every new Subaru comes with complimentary maintenance included.
Hey everyone, tonight we have an all-new show. Evan Rachel Wood will be here. We have a performance from Conan Gray, plus a special appearance by Chris Hemsworth. It's a great show tonight.
It's an all-new Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon, tonight on NBC.
It's time to save with Tough Shed. Our design teams are ready to help you get set with a new shed, studio, or garage to take your backyard to the next level. And with our limited time Buy More, Save More offer, you can design your new building with all your favorite upgrades and options while saving big. We make it easy to get your new Tough Shed building with custom designs, delivery, and on-site installation. Stop into your local showroom or visit us at toughshed.com and save. Dream, design, deliver, install. Tough Shed.
KSEE 24 News is brought to you in part by HR Mobile Services.
Oh, another hot day today. We saw a few showers and a few small storms up in the Shaver Lake area. Not many other mountain areas affected and really no valley areas affected today. There's a possibility we might see that once again, and you can kind of see those showers developing as we go through the day here on our KSEE 24 Studios Valley Cam. Notice some of the showers that are moving through the mountains there in the background. It's great to have clear air like this, to watch the weather develop through the day, sky clearing up and still hot with 102 degrees. Our high temperature today here in Fresno, 102 today in Hanford, 103 in Lemoore. And today our average high is now 94 degrees. Our overnight low was 76. That's the coolest we got. So yeah, this is pretty hot out there. With 87 out the door right now, 75 in Madera, but 87 in Hanford and 84 in Visalia. It's turning out to be another very warm night. We do have some air quality issues down in the mountains in Tulare County on the border with Kern County. Also a mixture of moderate and good air quality. But the San Joaquin Valley Air Pollution Control District says, yeah, with these stagnant conditions, we're still going to see unhealthy air for sensitive groups for Fresno, Kings, and Tulare counties tomorrow. So here's that surge of monsoon moisture getting enveloped here into this rotation that's kind of carrying it away. We don't have strong flow here, but it is enough to really cut down the chances of watching more development like this over the coming days. That said, this is what the computer models are showing, that instability is there. There's enough moisture there. Will it be very much? Probably not. Kind of like what we saw today, although we did see enough steady light rain in places like Shaver Lake to drench the roads, and it's nice to get some rain when things are cooling down, finally when it's hot everywhere else, if you have to get it. Futurecast showing dry conditions after the weekend this weekend, and so much sunshine and heat. And you see that here in your renewable solar forecast. Tomorrow will be a 9.4 on the solar power index, showing just how clear skies are going to be. Temperatures tonight, yes, on the warm side again. In Fresno, we are not going to drop below the 70-degree mark. Elsewhere, temperatures from about 65 to 68 degrees for high temperatures. Tomorrow, we are looking at triple digits once again, but probably a couple degrees warmer than highs today. For Fresno, that means 104, 103 in Hanford, 102 in Visalia, and temperatures will get even warmer from here. Yeah, through the weekend this weekend, we just add a degree every day. 104 tomorrow, 105 on Saturday, 106, 107, finally starting to trend down through the week next week, but this is lasting. So we have at least, you know, we've got another week of this with highs reaching the 100-degree mark. So we've got to get used to this fast.
Probably the first of many weeks.
Yeah. I know.
It just happened so fast.
Yeah.
Justin, thank you. All right, time to see what's coming up next in sports.
And for that, we check in with Scott Bemis. Hey, Scott.
Guys, another night, another Aaron Judge highlight. And did a couple former Bulldogs hear their names called in the NBA draft? Plus, there's a new fun way to play golf here in the Central Valley, and the Bemis family experienced it on Thursday. That's next at Sports Central.
Many places full of history mark the valley. Join me as I take you on a tour of the people and places that made history right here in our backyard. This week, the tale about a king who lost his beloved princess. On the Map, Thursdays at 6 on KSEE 24.
Dude, great ride. Right? This Silverado keeps me connected and in control. And this touchscreen is my command center. My command center.
The 2022 Silverado LT. Find new control. Find new roads. Chevy Silverado is the #1 selling full-size pickup in California back-to-back. New trucks are arriving daily. Secure yours today. Visit your participating Central Valley Chevrolet dealers.
It all started with an idea. What if we built a high-stakes bingo hall in the heart of the Central Valley? It was a struggle, but we did it. Soon, we grew and added slots and table games. And the idea got bigger. What if we built a world-class resort featuring entertainment, dining, and luxurious rooms? 35 years has flown by, but the same spirit remains. The new Table Mountain Casino Resort. The adventure continues. July 2022.
The 4th of July sale is on at More Furniture, and we've got the latest in comfort and style for your living room.
Get ready for full relaxation with the dual power reclining sofa for only $12.95, featuring swivel laptop table, cup holders, fold down center console with power outlets and lighting. You won't need to go anywhere.
Or upgrade to the sofa and love seat package for additional space and function for only $24.95.
Big on comfort and convenience, small on price. Visit morefurniture.com to preview all sales specials.
KSEE 24 News is brought to you in part by the Fresno County Superintendent of Schools. Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
Driven down the left field line. It is a base hit. It goes into the corner, and the Yankees have done it again.
What a year for Aaron Judge and the Yankees. The ex-Bulldog with the walk-off single in the 9th Thursday, capping a 4-run 9th-inning comeback against the Astros. Judge has his arbitration hearing Friday. His case, getting better by the day. 58 players were taken in Thursday's NBA draft, but the list did not include former Bulldog big man Orlando Robinson or Fresno native Bryson Williams, who also spent a couple years at Fresno State. Now, it seems very likely both those guys will sign as undrafted free agents, and the Twitter account for Roosevelt Boys basketball, where Bryson played in high school, actually posted a picture late Thursday night showing Bryson in a Miami Heat hat. The Mountain West did have one player selected, as Colorado State's David Roddy went 23rd overall to the Sixers. The Kings grabbed Iowa power forward Keegan Murray at 4. The Warriors took a shooting guard out of Wisconsin-Milwaukee at 28. And the Lakers traded into the second round earlier in the day to get Michigan State guard Max Christie. Meantime, the Fresno Grizzlies clinched a first-half division title and a postseason berth on Wednesday night. And as you can see, the celebration made its way to the pool. Well, after everybody dried off and presumably got some sleep, the Grizzlies continued their series against Modesto Thursday. That early homer by the Nuts, though, played a big role in a Modesto 3-2 win. Finally, there's a fun new way to play golf here in the Central Valley, and several members of the Bemis family took advantage of it on Thursday.
I would describe it as like a virtual reality golf course that you can play and actually feel like you're playing it.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself, Coop. My son and I, along with my father-in-law, tried out the new Top Tracer range being offered at Valley Golf Center just west of Highway 41 near the Children's Hospital. Now, using the Top Tracer technology, you can virtually play some of the most famous courses in the country on the monitors, and that's what we did Thursday. How'd you do on Pebble Beach today?
We got like 2 or 3 birdies and like 2 bogeys.
Yeah, in case you're wondering, we shot around even par playing a virtual 3-man scramble on the back 9 at Pebble Beach there virtually. There are a bunch of other features you can have fun with on those monitors as well. For more information on all this, head to the sports section of YourCentralValley.com. The news continues after the break.
Clovis is a city of leaders, built on the pillars of friendship, character, and hard work, where being a neighbor means more than just living next door to someone. At Clovis Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you can depend on us. We're leading the way with selection, award-winning customer service, and hard-working vehicles like these. Get great offers when you upgrade to a new Ram truck during our Ram Make the Switch event. Come experience the Clovis difference.
When I'm at my high school, I want to feel safe. I want to learn things I'll actually use.
I want to control my education. I want to control my future. I want to be authentically myself all the time, even at school. At Learn for Life High Schools, I can. I can change my story, and so can you.
Enroll anytime to control your education, completely free.
Beyond Van Gogh, the immersive experience. Now open for a limited engagement at the Fresno Convention and Entertainment Center. Tickets are available at vangoghfresno.com. Beyond Van Gogh.
Serious injuries require a serious attorney. That's why more and more people choose Jacoby & Myers. We get insurance companies to pay up to 10 times more. That means more medical and financial assistance. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
Janine added some curb appeal and reduced her water bill thanks to her ecological loan from EECU. Be like Janine. Save money and upgrade your home. EECU, smarter banking since 1934.
Allison 10-speed transmission. Premium features available on GMC Sierra Heavy Duty. Step up to GMC with 0% financing on Sierra Heavy Duty models. GMC, we are professional grade.
Now YourCentralValley.com, pros who know.
Commitment is key to advancing your career. Be flexible, learn new things, and show your employer that you're into their mission. Let Spherion help you find your ideal job.
For more expert advice, go to YourCentralValley.com/pros who know.
This is KSEE 24 News at 11.
The January 6th committee held its 5th session today. Lawmakers hearing directly from Department of Justice officials about pressure from former President Trump to call the 2020 election corrupt and open numerous investigations, despite DOJ leaders repeatedly saying the claims had no merit. Jay Gray is in Washington with more.
Today, President Trump's total disregard for the Constitution and his oath will be fully exposed.
This key session of the January 6th hearings focusing on the Department of Justice.
On the penalty of perjury, that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Former Acting Attorney General Jeffrey Rosen and other top DOJ officials describing pressure from President Trump for weeks leading into the attack on the Capitol. Near daily meetings and phone calls with the president, growing increasingly frustrated with the situation.
President's entreaties became more urgent. He became more adamant that we weren't doing our job. We need to step up and do our job. And he had this arsenal of allegations that he wanted to rely on.
They say the president continued to push numerous conspiracy theories and insist the election was stolen. Members of the DOJ repeatedly telling him the claims had, quote, no merit and were not based on any facts. The president ultimately responding.
He responded very quickly and said, essentially, that's not what I'm asking you to do. What I'm just asking you to do is just say it was corrupt and leave the rest to me and the Republican congressman.
And threatening to name Jeff Clark, an assistant attorney general who apparently sided with the president's views on the election, to lead the DOJ, but backing down after a showdown in the Oval Office with Rosen and others threatening to resign in protest. Jeff Clark's home was raided by federal agents early Wednesday morning. The U.S. Attorney's Office confirming the law enforcement activity, but would not discuss anything else. The committee is expected to take a 2-week break before the hearings resume. Jay Gray, NBC News.
The U.S. will send yet more money to Ukraine as the Russian invasion enters its 4th month. The package includes $450 million in additional rocket systems, tactical vehicles, patrol boats, machine guns, grenade launchers, and rounds of ammunition.
The president has been crystal clear that there's not going to be U.S. troops fighting in Ukraine. What we are going to do is continue to help Ukraine defend itself, and that's why we just announced yet another package, $450 million today, to help that be the case.
Since the war started in late February, the U.S. has committed about $6 billion in assistance to Ukraine.
And still to come on KSEE 24 News at 11, celebrating filmmaker Quentin Tarantino through art.
We're going to take a look at a pop-up art show in Fresno tonight featuring the work of local artists.
Grass is sprouting and flowers are blooming earlier than usual. Boz Allergy knows colds and viruses have similar symptoms to allergies, asthma, and sinus issues. With proper diagnosis and treatment, you can live a full life. Contact Boz Allergy today and breathe easier.
We've been partners with Chevy for a long time. I mean, it's one of those things where you're just proud and you're happy to be a partner. In the Valley, Chevy Silverado is the #1 selling full-size pickup. There's always something exciting coming out with Chevrolet, and the most recent one probably was the Corvette mid-engine. The car enthusiasts out there are all saying, wow, this is amazing.
Hendrick Chevrolet.
Hey America, it's Adrienne Bankert. I am so excited to wake up with you, have coffee with you, but if you need an earlier start, I totally get it. I've got just the guy for you. Hey Mitch.
Hey Adrienne, and hello America. I'm Mitch Carr. Join me at 6 a.m., 5 a.m. Central for early morning.
And you can still stay tuned for Morning in America with me, Adrienne Bankert, at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 Central.
Early morning starts Monday at 6/5 Central, only on News Nation. News for all America.
You're going to need this.
Owning your own home is a dream come true.
So many Californians never missed a mortgage payment before COVID.
The pandemic hit all of us hard.
We could use a fresh start.
If you've missed mortgage payments during COVID, California Mortgage Relief can help save your home. Direct payments to your lender to cover missed payments. No fees, nothing to pay back. Find out if you qualify today. camortgagerelief.org.
Hello,
grocery shoppers. Bad boy Richie Gamblay here. Joyous Tuesday to you and yours. Tuesday sales are... say what? It's Wednesday.
Put down that nut butter and head over to Tachi Palace for my 150K Supermarket Rush. Win up to $10,000 each Wednesday in June from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. One winner will be chosen every half hour. See Premier Club for details only at the Tachi Palace Casino Resort in Lemoore.
The great experiences you have in here and even out here all started here. Because the best customer experience always leaves a great impression. GMC, awarded #1 in sales satisfaction by J.D. Power.
Current eligible GMC lessees can get this low mileage lease on this 2022 Terrain SLE for around $256 per month. Visit CenCalGMC.com today.
Grass is sprouting and flowers are blooming earlier than usual. Boz Allergy knows colds and viruses have similar symptoms to allergies, asthma, and sinus issues. With proper diagnosis and treatment, you can live a full life. Contact Boz Allergy today and breathe easier.
And new at 11 in downtown Fresno, local artists paid tribute to director Quentin Tarantino tonight. A pop-up art show was held at the Tioga Sequoia Beer Garden. Artists took their inspiration from Tarantino's films. The show was supposed to happen 2 years ago, but was pushed back because of the pandemic.
This is not our first themed art show. We've done a Tim Burton art show here. We've done a video game art show here. We've done a Lucha Libre art show for Cinco de Mayo here. So we've done a lot of really cool art shows here in this venue.
And if you're up for some more art in downtown Fresno, artist Zumbi Nation will be having a tiki-themed show at his tattoo studio on Saturday. So there you go.
Can't go wrong with beer and art, especially in this heat.
When it's hot,
right.
Might hit the spot.
Yeah, two things to hit the spot. We are looking at warmer temperatures headed through the weekend. 105 on Saturday and 106 on Sunday, even warmer Monday before we finally begin to cool down. But the overnight lows sticking in the 70s offer very little relief.
Yeah, crank that air.
That's it.
It's our only hope. All right, that does it for us. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.
Education matters, and with KSEE 24 Educator of the Week, you helped us honor 19 outstanding teachers inspiring Valley students. KSEE 24 believes in the power of education. Education matters. KSEE 24, local news that matters.
A dream is the spark of greatness, but it's nothing without drive.
Now shine on, 'cause we're made from the stars.
Introducing the all-new Honda HR-V. With impressive sporty style, inside and out. From the brand owners are calling most fun to drive. Honda, the power of dreams.
The Jeep Celebration event is kicking off at family-owned and operated Fresno Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat. And if you're looking for fun, if you're looking for adventure, or if you're just looking for something new, we've got you covered. Get great offers on our entire lineup of Go Anywhere, Do Anything Jeeps during our Jeep Freedom Days going on now.
We look forward to earning your business. Come join our family today.
Fresno Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Fiat on Blackstone between Bullard and Sierra.
The more we learn about COVID-19, the more questions we have. The biggest question now, what's next? What will COVID bring in 6 months, a year? If you're feeling anxious about the future, you're not alone. Cal Hope offers free COVID-19 emotional support. Call 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
Moderate to severe eczema still disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it disrupts my skin with itch. It disrupts my skin with rash.
But now, I can disrupt eczema with Rinvoq. Rinvoq is not a steroid, topical, or injection. It's one pill once a day that's effective without topical steroids. Many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin, while some saw up to 100% clear skin. Plus, they felt fast itch relief, some as early as 1 week. That's Rinvoq relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer. Death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your eczema specialist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.